Welcome to the Chamber Vibes podcast with your host, Brittany Timmons, the Greater Guthrie Chamber of Commerce CEO and President. In this podcast, you will hear from local guests who will discuss topics such as leadership, small business, and our vibrant community. You'll also hear success stories and tips from amazing local businesses, dive into important news, meet community leaders, and find out how you can get involved in our community. From the Second Banana Media Studios in beautiful and historic downtown Guthrie, America, here is Brittany Timmons.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back for another episode of Chamber Vibes. Today, I have one of our gold, got to add that in there, Chamber investors on with me today. I have the Huskies, Brooke and Aaron. So how are you guys? Good. Yeah, so Huskey Turf, right? Yep. I've had to learn that because you guys have had some big changes in the last. Are we at a year yet? No? Close.
We rebranded in January.
Okay, so almost. Yep. Gives it like 9 months or so. Yeah, very exciting. So let's just dive right in and talk about what is Huskey Turf and just kind of talk about what you guys do.
So Huskey Turf now is primarily weed control and fertilization, plant health, and Christmas lights. And that wasn't always the case.
Right?
We did a lot of different things. We did installs, sod, tree work, lots of mowing, obviously, and but now that's where we've transitioned to now. So,
okay.
Yep.
So when did you guys get started? Like, let's talk about your story. That's always fun to hear. How did Huskey Turf all begin? And you can talk about the old days.
So we started part-time in 2013, and that's when it all started, and then we went full-time in 2016.
Okay. So what were you guys doing before that?
So I actually worked with my parents at Edmond Air Conditioning in Edmond.
Okay.
So I was basically doing the same thing that I am now. I was in the office answering phones, all the back stuff in the office.
Okay. So, and what were you doing before that?
So I was working for Industrial Truck Equipment in Oklahoma City.
Okay.
It's an upfitter shop, built service trucks, wireline trucks, crane trucks, all kinds of stuff like that. So.
Okay. So you guys decided you wanted to do your own thing?
Yeah.
Yep.
So essentially, we got married the same year that I started doing this on the side.
That's
okay.
a little coincidental.
And she says that I did it so I could stay away from her. But in reality,
Right.
I had
get married and then I'm going to
leave. Pressure behind me to make some more money, and I was like, I've got to figure this out and do this.
Right.
And so we went for it. And yeah, I worked a lot those first 3 years because I worked full time and then after hours every single day, plus
doing the side
weekends.
Hustle.
Yeah. And then finally, I was like, one of them's got to go. So
right. So what year did you say you officially?
He kept me, not just.
That's good. Glad that Brooke got to stay.
Yeah.
And the business. So yeah, there we go. Yeah. So what year did you fully dive in? And this was
16.
all you did. 2016.
Yep.
Okay. So 7 years or so
Yep.
now.
Yep.
Okay. All right. And so what made you guys decide? So you launched a business. You start learning all the things. What made you decide to get into this industry, you know?
I like being outside.
Okay.
It's almost instant satisfaction when you're mowing a lawn. I don't know if you've mowed a lawn before, but
I do not feel the same. And I'm not sure that Mr. Timmons feels the same, but you know.
Well, I mean, you can go from long, fluffy grass to short, nice, clean cut. Everything's perfect. All the edges are nice and neat, It just... And it happens fairly quick, and that's always fun to do that. So
that made you happy. So you're like, let's explore this. Okay,
let's do that.
Yeah, and then as far as like the fertilization weed control side go, like, did you have to take classes or like get a certification? Like, how does that work?
Yeah, so you have to be licensed through the state in order to do those services. But what we found out as we mowed more and more properties is there's a lot of properties that are full of weeds, stickers, you name it. We kind of got tired of dealing with that, and we're looking for a solution. Obviously, we knew about weed control and fertilization, as a service that we could add on, but we didn't know anything about it at the time. So we started exploring that, playing with it in 2017, and then just fine-tuning it, and now here we are. That's all we do.
So then you got more happy because then you had pretty grass, but then
yeah.
you were making it, like not just cutting it pretty.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You were
And
keeping
more
all
about
the...
focusing on the health of the grass instead of just
cutting
yeah.
weeds.
Right, got you. So it started off with you doing this on the side and then the two of you doing your own business. So how long did it take you all to start hiring people and kind of what what did that look like?
So actually, from day one, a cousin of mine and I, Andrew, we would go after hours, after both of our jobs, and go work together. So it kind of started out that way, and he stuck around for about a year and a half, and then we just immediately just started hiring people after that.
So how many people do you have on now?
At the moment, we have 3 in the field, and
We have Miranda in the office.
Miranda and Brooke and I in the office.
Okay.
And back in like 2019, when we were doing a lot of mowing, we had upwards of 6 or 7 people in the field. So
Wow. So you still though are doing a lot for what, 5 of you?
oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I seriously thought because of the fleet,
Yeah.
you know, your trucks and stuff, I seriously thought it was more than that. So that's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so obviously you service Guthrie, but do you go outside of Guthrie for service area?
Edmond, Guthrie, Cashin, Crescent.
Wow.
Yep.
Kind of all over.
We'll probably
Logan
push a
County.
little further south in a few years.
Okay.
Yep.
Very cool. Yeah. And so then what about the Christmas light side of things? Like when did that come on?
2017.
Yep,
Okay.
17 we
Yep.
started doing that. That actually blew up and was a lot of fun. I actually enjoy Christmas lights almost as much or more than any other part of the business.
Mowing.
It's like
Yeah,
our,
it's just
like our
it's just a lot of fun.
favorite service.
Pull the lights out and start putting them up on houses and
Again,
buildings. And
not sure all the other folks out there agree. But anyway.
I'm not a huge fan
we
of
like driving around and looking at them when they're
Yeah.
all lit up. It's very pretty.
I'm not a huge fan of the rooftops and all that
Right.
stuff and getting towards the edge of a roof and all that, but putting them up and kind of bringing holiday cheer and just getting into that end of the year, you know,
I can see that.
holiday time is fun.
Yeah, and it makes people happy when
Yeah.
their lights are
Yeah.
up and they can turn them on.
They
So
do, yeah.
we start turning ours on even earlier and earlier,
Oh,
thanks
yeah.
to you guys. So, and in fact, that right there, my husband does not like putting up Christmas lights. So let's hire the folks who do
Yeah.
and enjoy that. So, so Aaron, you grew up in Guthrie. So you've been here. This is your hometown.
Oh, yeah.
Everything, and then decided to raise your family and stuff here. So obviously you say you service Guthrie, obviously, Guthrie business, but what are some of your favorite things, just both of you, as far as our community goes?
Just the community, honestly. Like, we have so many of our customers, you know, who will refer us on Facebook. So it's just like community. Like, you know, they have your back, you know.
Oh, for sure.
So I like that.
What about you?
I'll say I like the small town aspect. When I was younger, let's say 16, 17 years old, I was like, let's get out of here, you know,
Right,
let's
of
go
course.
see what the world's all about. And I've been to 36 states and a couple of different countries and came back here and I was like, you know what, I really like it here.
Yeah, and your
And,
family's still here?
Yep.
Yep.
A lot of the families around here, so that's fun.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know, just running into everybody that you know when you run through town, you know, and it's different. You know, you drive through Edmond, you might not know anybody,
Right.
and I kind of like it, you know, like that. So.
Yeah, and so if you guys really felt, it seems like it just with your growth and everything, the support from the community because they're using local businesses, because you guys have competition out there.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
But it
Yep.
seems like the community has really supported what you're doing and
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yep.
just seeing a lot
And
of
a
growth.
lot of the support for the rebrand was very cool to see because so many people just loved it. And a lot of people don't realize our last name is Husky.
Right.
So they
thought
still
it was
loved
just the
it.
dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like seeing that they still loved it and then we put the two together, like, oh, that's even better.
Right. So prior to the rebrand, you did not have the Husky dog.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's spelled different.
Yes.
But still
Yeah.
Husky.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So obviously you guys changed some of your services, but so is that why the rebrand? Like you were wanting
That was
to focus
one of the
on-
reasons, yeah. To focus more on the weed control, fertilization, and plant health side of the business rather than it was called a cut above before, and that it kind of implies that you cut grass.
Yes.
Cut above. So
Yes.
we're just trying to shift the focus of the community on what we're doing now.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yep.
So what is your typical busy season look like? I mean, I know lots of people think just spring, but like, can you kind of elaborate on, like, as far as, you know, what your year looks like?
So as far as the year goes, the weed control and fert starts January as soon as you can go out and start spraying, as long as the temps are above, say 32 degrees, all the way till the end of October, and then we pull out the Christmas lights and start putting those up. So we stay really busy year round. But as far as like the influx of new calls and really being busy in the office is probably March, April, May.
The grass starts growing.
Grass starts growing, weeds
And
start
the
popping.
weeds.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. Everybody's like, ooh, we got to do something.
Right. So what do you suggest? I mean, I know, but people that might be learning about you or your services may not know. What do you suggest as far as that goes? You know, should people wait and call when things get bad, or what do you?
Go to the doctor when you're sick.
I know.
So in order to have success next year, you actually want to start towards the end of this year. With your pre-emergence, that's what we're doing right now.
Yep.
As our last pre-emergent of the year, we come back in January, February, put down another pre-emergent. Between those two and the next application after that, it's just setting your yard up for success for that next season.
So right now is actually the best time to be putting down your pre and post emergent.
Okay.
Yeah.
So your weeds don't germinate in the springtime.
Right. So
So
you're
it's-
taking new clients all the time, though. I mean, and trying to help
Absolutely.
wherever they are, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah. But it's kind of a preventative maintenance program type of thing where you don't know you need it till you need it, but you actually needed it a month and a half ago. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So
Got ya.
and when you do start in the middle of the season with us, or anybody for that matter, it is a lot harder to clean your yard up from the weeds. There's a lot of other things you're dealing with there. There's some crabgrass already germinated by like May, April, somewhere in there. And so you're going to be kind of fighting that throughout the season. But yeah, the end of the year right now is probably the best time to start, I would say.
Got ya. And you guys talk about kind of some of the plans and different things you guys offer.
So our main program is a 7-step program. So that is what Aaron was just talking about, our fall pre and post emergent, our late winter pre and post emergent, and then our spring pre and post emergent, which is usually around March. And then we start our fertilizer rounds in the summertime, which
Got
is
ya.
4.
Okay. So how often do you guys, if somebody is on that plan, then how often do you guys come?
There's about a month and a half between the pre and post emergence, and then roughly a month between every fertilizer.
Okay. Got
Yeah.
ya.
Yep.
So we'll come
kinda
out about once a
on
month during the
fertilizer,
summer and
yeah.
put some fertilizer down.
Got ya.
We try to aim to get about 1 pound of nitrogen down every month during the summer for four applications.
Okay.
And that
See,
does
you've
pretty
learned
well.
your stuff. You guys, I'm like, that's just amazing.
And we've
like,
been
all that goes into
customizing
it.
this little program since 2017, and this is what we've landed on.
Okay.
Yep.
And it seems to be working, and
Yep.
people are,
And they can
happy.
obviously customize it, so if they don't want to do all the fertilizer rounds, pre and post emergence are necessary, so we don't let people customize that necessarily, but the fertilizer
If you don't want
rounds-
weeds,
Yeah.
you got to
the
do it.
fertilizers
Yeah.
are customizable.
Okay.
But a lot of the success on your yard, it depends on how you take care of your yard. If you could possibly mow it 3 times a week and put that ½ inch of water down a week or whatever is required at the time to give it the right amount of water, that's going to play a huge part in the way your yard looks. Now, if we come out and do our services and you're cutting every 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, just to knock the grass down, it's never going to look good.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely not.
So how often do you suggest like people? I mean, I don't know. Like, is there a certain suggestion you have for mowing? Like, I don't understand.
Once a
all
week
of
is
that.
pretty common for the
Okay.
homeowner. Let's go out and mow it on Saturday morning or whatever. I
Can
personally
you mow it too much? Is that a thing?
No,
I think
not with Bermuda
Because
grass.
Aaron loves it, and he's like, the grass is growing a centimeter, and I'm
During the heavy growing season at my house, I was cutting mine every day. Part of my yard.
okay.
Yeah. So
We can tease Aaron about this.
Like for sure, every 2 to 3 days, and our kids got mad at him because he's like, every time we want to go outside, you're mowing.
Dad's mowing. Dad's obsessed with mowing.
but it looked good.
It did
I
look good.
hands down, I have no doubt. So that's hilarious.
Yeah.
So, do they ever get to ride along?
So
I mean,
Clark, our
or do you just
15-year-old,
mow so much that they don't want to?
Clark, our 15-year-old, mows quite a bit at the house. We
Okay.
mow almost 4 acres out at our place, so he mows the majority, and then I have my own little section that I mow.
That's
That's-
daddy's.
Yeah.
That's my
So Parker doesn't get a ride along on those.
Yeah, that's funny. So I have a funny mowing story. So this summer, my 12-year-old daughter asked my husband if she could mow, and which I'm like, more power to you, because I haven't asked it. I don't know how to work the zero turn at all. And so my husband said, of course, that's like music to his ears, right? So she sits down and she does like a couple of swipes. I don't know I don't know a good term other than that. And our mower just dies.
Oh,
and she's like, I swear I didn't touch anything, Daddy, I promise. And he goes out there, and our mower, the motor just locked up. And I mean, it was time for a new mower. We had it for a long time. But my 12-year-old still to this day feels like she broke the mower. And so then she's like, I'm never mowing again. I tried, and it didn't work. And so
that's terrible.
Yeah. So
what a terrible first experience.
She has, a very bad experience with mowing. So I'm not, and now, the new mower, I'm just not sure that Dad's going to let her on it anyway. And anyway.
That's funny.
Priced mower now.
Right. So are you one of those people that mows, like, even if it's dark, these mowers have lights on them? Are people out mowing in the dark?
Sometimes.
I want to know.
Yeah. I mean, let's say you got a full-time job and you get home and there's not enough time.
I just think it's funny, I guess.
Yeah, most of the time, like, he might be doing it as it's getting a little bit dark, but most of the time he gets done before it's too pitch dark.
Before he's out there with just the headlights on, like trying to see where you're going.
Yeah.
Oh, it's funny. Okay, so let's talk my personal favorite, the Christmas lights.
Oh, yeah.
So you got into doing that. So how does that work as far as like the Christmas lights service goes?
Yeah.
So our service is a little bit different than a lot of people, the way they service their Christmas lights. Ours is a lease program, so we own the lights. But what that does for you is it eliminates you having to store the lights, buy new lights when they break or go bad or whatever. So we pretty much just guarantee you to have bright lights every year that you want our service. We come out, we custom fit the lights to your house, pull them back down, store them at our shop. And then if you have a problem with them, give us a call. Within 24 hours, we'll be out. We'll fix whatever needs to be fixed on it.
Even if it's one bulb.
One bulb, a whole strand, you name it.
Okay.
We'll replace it.
Yeah. So people can customize. You can come out there and see what they colors.
Yeah,
do you guys offer different types of lights?
For the most part, on the roof lines, we'll do the C9, the 2.5-inch tall bulbs, roughly a foot apart. Some houses will do 12-inch spacing. Some of them will do 15-inch spacing. Just depends on the size of the house. And
okay.
Yeah, sometimes the 15 looks a little better. And then on the bushes,
all LED.
All LED for sure. Yeah,
energy efficient.
Yep.
Yeah, they're
That's
super
good.
nice.
Yep.
And we buy one of the highest quality lights that you can buy out there. So I like that personally because there are lights, obviously, but what I'm giving our customers is top quality as well.
Mm-hmm.
So they last us longer, last them longer. They get a good quality product.
Yep.
So you just have all the storage with people's names on it, and
Yep.
you just know when they're ready to come back for the lights. So about what time of year do you guys start doing the lights?
Usually mid-October.
Coming up.
Yes.
Yep.
In a couple
weeks.
We'll you'll see Huskey Turf throwing out Christmas lights.
That's awesome. And you guys service the same areas as far as the
Yep.
same people you do lawns for?
Yep.
Yeah, a lot of them are both customers in the lawn care side and the Christmas light side, but we service a lot of people that only do the Christmas lights as well.
Do you guys do commercial properties for lights?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go. If any of our businesses need some
Yeah.
lights, they can call.
Yep.
Very cool. Nothing indoor, right? Just outdoor special.
I mean, we'll do parties, events. What do you want?
Oh, I don't know.
I love putting lights up.
I'm now adding a new service. They'll come decorate your Christmas tree. No.
I've never advertised for it, but a lot of light guys, they do like parties and events, weddings,
Okay.
all that stuff. So they'll come set everything up and then pull it back down after the event's done. I wouldn't mind doing that at
Someone
all.
needs to give them a shot then
Yep.
at that. See? Coming up with new things right here on the podcast.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I'm like, can I get you for real to come do my Christmas tree? Is that a new thing?
No.
I have to have an interior decorator for
yeah.
that. Brooke? No.
No, that I'm not the right girl.
You're like, no. And so when do you guys, I know people are all different as far as how long they want their lights up. So when do you take them down?
We usually start January 1, but there are some people that request to leave them up for a while.
Yes.
And we can do that. That's not a problem.
And then you see it to the people that you're like, okay, it's February. Get 'em-
But we absolutely
get 'em
will
down.
not leave them up year round. These lights are not
You're like,
designed
"No."
for year round. I've had a lot of people ask me like, "Hey, can we just go ahead and leave them up for the year?" I'm like, "No, it's just not. It's not the right application." So
Right.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
And I'm sure their neighbors might appreciate that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
no offense if anybody likes to
Yeah.
leave their stuff up. So.
But some of your people, they want them down like the day after Christmas.
Right.
Yep.
I was
So,
going to say,
yeah.
you know, my mom
they're
is
ready
like
to-
Christmas crazy, but the
Yeah.
26th, it's done.
Boom.
It's like,
It's
let's
done.
Takes
roll
it
it
down.
out.
Yeah. I usually like to leave my stuff up till like New Year's.
Yeah.
And then I'm ready.
Oh, yeah.
Start the year off.
Yep.
Take it down.
Yep. But
Start
the
you know.
lucky thing is with our lights, you can just turn the timer off. So if you do want to turn them off, you do have the option. Just
Turn them off and wait till you guys
Yep.
come take them
Yep.
down.
Yep.
Yeah, like I said, I think last year it was like second week of November. My husband's like, "We're flipping them on." I'm like, "Okay." We had no other decor, but he was ready.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Ready to go.
I guess whenever they come up, then people are
I love it.
ready to go. Yeah,
Yep.
that is fun. I love that you love it because
Yeah.
that's a neat service, and I have seen other lawn companies offer that, and it's a great way to give you guys business through like cold months when you can't
Yeah,
do
for sure.
Yep.
the spraying when
Yep.
it's 5 degrees
Yep.
below zero.
And even with mowing, I mean, mowing ends in October. I mean, mowing does end too. So you have to have something there
Right.
to not only support us, but our workers,
Right.
our employees. Who
Absolutely.
Work for us, so they
Yeah.
have to support their families too.
Right. Yeah, that's awesome. Well, I think you guys do great work. And if you have any questions for them, just give them a call. They'll answer.
Yeah.
I know I've texted Aaron before about like just different weed in the yard or whatever it is, and they'll help, help you
Absolutely.
guys. So yeah.
Yep.
So do you have any, I might be kind of putting you on the spot here, which sorry, I asked my other guests. I tend to do this sometimes. But do you have any like funny stories, something that sticks out in your head as like a client story or something that's happened when you've been on a job? Animals, I don't know. You guys are outdoors a lot.
I'm sure
so
there's plenty of them.
I know. Should have prepped you.
I can't really think of anything
Yeah.
at the moment, but
Just
yeah.
running into anything interesting. I know my
You got
friends at
anything?
Mosquito
I
Authority
can't
have
think of anything.
run into
All
just
kinds of
weird
funny situations.
animals.
We
and-
might have to update the podcast
That-
after we think
That's
about
okay.
this.
No, that's okay. Like I said, I didn't prep you before.
So we do
yeah.
have a customer that we've had for quite a long time, and I won't mention her name,
Yes.
but the guys have given her a nickname, and her nickname is Turtle Lady. Well, she has this tortoise,
See, this is what I was going
the
for. I
backyard.
knew you'd think of something.
and
Okay.
everybody's got to get. All the new guys have to go see why we call her Turtle Lady.
Okay.
Well, so we go in the backyard, and there's a big
so
old
like the
tortoise.
Galapagos turtle or what tortoise?
I couldn't tell you what it
But
is
it's one of those
exactly.
huge ones
Yeah,
that'll
that's-
outlive all of us.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Yep.
dinosaur turtle.
They seriously live like.
But yeah,
150
I mean, the thing will come right up to you and like nudge on your boot
Like a
and stuff.
dog.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I love those. So I need to find out who this is. No,
Yeah.
I do know of someone who has one. So now I'm wondering if it's the same person.
Yeah.
Same person. So yeah. So
But Turtle Lady is a very nice lady, so
Okay.
it's nothing against her.
right.
Yeah.
She just has
No, she's
Yeah.
a
amazing.
tortoise.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's super cool. So yeah, that's why I was like, you'll think of something because I just imagine you encountering all different kinds of hurdles and yards and
Yeah,
just.
and I'm sure our guys might have some crazy stories too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, the rebrand is amazing. You guys have knocked it out of the park with all of it. Your social's super fun. I just want to give you kudos too that, well, first of all, if you are not following them on social media, please do for multiple reasons. But I think it's been really great to watch you guys feature other local businesses.
Oh, yeah, we have a
you
lot of
love
fun
it.
with
You're
that.
tagging them,
Yeah.
you're promoting them, you're sharing what they do. And that, I mean, that makes a chamber
Yes.
lady's heart go pitter patter. I'm just saying
Yep.
because it's just a beautiful thing,
Yep.
like to watch you guys support the community like that and cheer each other on,
Yeah.
and it's just really fun to see. So
Yep.
keep that up
Absolutely.
for sure.
Yeah, that's
Absolutely.
that's one of our every month we're like, who do we want to sponsor
Yeah.
or spotlight?
Promote,
And-
yeah.
And so we have fun kind of coming up with who we want to do each
It's
month.
awesome.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we want everybody in the community to win. You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
well, when one of us does, we all do if we're working
yeah.
together,
Exactly.
And there's room for everybody, no
Oh,
matter what
absolutely.
what they do,
Yes.
and
We may
so
not sponsor or spotlight another weed control company,
right.
but I saw something
You still
on
want them to do
Facebook-
well.
Yeah.
I mean,
definitely.
it takes all of us.
I saw something on Facebook. I might get the wording wrong, but competition is not a bad thing because we're all like propelling everyone. You know,
Yep.
like everyone can succeed. There's
Absolutely.
enough business and success out there for
Yep.
everyone. So let's all just get it and
Absolutely.
help each other. You
Yep.
know?
Well, and then maybe even there's a job or something that you aren't able to do, or maybe there's
Oh,
an area.
yeah.
So talk
We
about
we collaborate with a lot
talk
of
about
people.
what you
Yes.
told me before we went on about you trying to help another business with the phone call.
Oh.
With the door-to-doors.
Yeah.
So one of my guys and I was out doing door-to-door sales, and some guy pulled up next to us, and he was like, "Hey, how much do you charge?" I was like, "For what? What are you wanting done?" You know, he's like, "Oh, I need the mosquitoes sprayed." And I was like, "Oh, okay. Well, we don't actually do that, but let me get a hold of the person that takes care of that. They also drive pink trucks. They're here in town. They're amazing people." And so we tried to help, shift him over to them because that's what they specialize in. And we do that all the time. I mean, phone calls come through our office for all types of work, and we have people we have a whole list in front of every phone that just reference people out to. So
I love that.
Yeah.
That's what it's about.
Yep.
Yeah, because you could have said, "Oh no, we don't do that.
Yeah. And
See you
just
later."
fit off
And
with
just
it.
left it at that.
But it's way
Because
more
maybe you didn't want to
helpful.
take the time or
Yeah.
whatever. So,
Yep.
yeah.
But
so
also, like, helping them, referring them to someone makes, like, maybe down the road, like, they might be like, "Hey, that company really helped me out,"
come full circle.
Yeah, so it
Absolutely.
really does.
Absolutely. Well, I just say kudos because it's awesome to watch and see, and like I said, it makes me super happy because that's what we do is promote and
Yeah.
love on our businesses, and that's what it's all about. So
Awesome.
you guys are killing it. So,
Thank you.
is there anything else you want to add? Like best way for people to get a hold of you?
405-760-0107.
Okay.
Huskyturf.com. There's Facebook. There's a multitude
All
of
the
ways.
ways.
Yeah. Like, literally, if you can't find us, you're not trying.
Or you can call the chamber.
Yeah,
and we'll
you
give
call
their
the
info
chamber.
too. Yes.
Stop the pink truck
The
next time you
best
see
way-
it.
The best way not to get a hold of us is contacting Aaron directly.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, don't call my cell phone.
That's the best way not to get a hold of
Because
us.
he might be mowing and not
Well,
get that now.
you'll get way better service if you call the office, I promise you.
Yes.
I will promise you the moon, but I have a hard time communicating to
You
the
promise
office.
he'll cut your grass really well and love it but
They specialize in what they do, and that's onboarding new customers and customer service
Yes.
in the office.
Yes. And I can say the communication is awesome.
Thank
It
you.
really
That's
is.
what we really strive for.
It really is.
Yep.
Yep. And I feel like that's just something that's gotten better and better too as
Yep.
you guys have
Yeah,
grown and evolved.
We're always, exactly. I was about to say, like, always learning and evolving.
Oh yeah, we have to be.
Yep.
We have to be. We can't stay stagnant or do things the way we've always done them. We have
Yep.
to keep moving forward.
Yep.
So, and Guthrie's doing that right now. I mean, we're
Oh,
seeing
yeah.
tons of growth and
I love it.
Definitely.
new homes and all kinds of new businesses
So many new
and
homes.
and so many new homes. We've talked about that a lot on the podcast for sure because that brings challenges, but is
Yeah.
also
For sure.
exciting.
Yep.
For Guthrie for sure. So
It's fun.
Anyway.
It's been fun seeing the growth of Guthrie.
Well, especially being from here too.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then you being from a larger community and then coming to a small town.
Yeah.
It's
Yep.
awesome.
Yep,
And loving
definitely.
it,
Yep.
raising your family here.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
well, I appreciate you guys taking the time out.
Yeah,
Is there
absolutely.
anything else any plug we want to do? I think we covered it, but if not,
Yeah.
let me know.
I have no
we're good.
plugs.
Yeah.
We're good.
All right.
But call them to plug in your Christmas lights.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know.
That was nice.
That was just the best way to segue that. Yeah, so give them a call because it's that time of year and it's happening. So
Yes.
anyway, well, thank you guys so much. Thanks for what you do. Keep on doing it because it's great, and we're just glad that you're here.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. All right, there you have it. Husky Turf. Give them a call. We'll catch you next time for Chamber Vibes.
Thanks for listening to the Chamber Vibes podcast from Second Banana Media Studios in beautiful downtown Guthrie, America. Be sure and check out a new episode every other Monday. And until then, remember to choose Guthrie.